8. Island of the Dolls. Many people know about the Island of the Dolls in Mexico, but they may not know the full story. It's a bit of a doozy, one fitting for something so horrifying. It all began decades ago. One Don Julian Santana left his wife and child and moved onto an island on Tachuelo Lake in the Xochimilco canals. According to some, a young girl actually drowned in the lake, but many others firmly believe Don Julian Santana merely imagined the drowned girl. Regardless, he devoted his life to honoring this lost soul in a unique, fascinating, yet unnerving way. He collected and hung dolls by the hundreds. Eventually, Don Julian transformed the entire island into a kind of bizarre, spooky, doll-infested nightmare wonderland. Don Julian Santana began collecting lost dolls from the canals and the trash near his island home. He's also said to have traded the produce he grew to locals for more dolls. Santana didn't even clean the dolls or attempt to fix them up, but rather put them up with missing eyes and limbs covered in dirt and generally in whatever ramshackle state he found them in. It's not a very welcoming sight, and the Island of the Dolls has become a hotspot for dark tourists over the years. Even when the dolls arrived in good shape, the wind and weather turned them into cracked and distorted versions of themselves. Don Julian also kept his cabin filled with dolls too, which he dressed in headdresses, sunglasses, and other accoutrement. Despite the fact that most people found the island frightening, Don Julian saw the dolls as beautiful protectors, and he welcomed visitors, whom he would show around, charging a small fee for taking photos. In 2001, Don Julian Santana was found drowned in the same area in which he believed the little girl had died. It's a sad story that managed to come full circle. Number 7. The Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is one of the most mysterious places on Earth, and its reputation as a place of unexplained disappearances has only added to its intrigue. The Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle, is in an area of the North Atlantic bounded by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. Since the 1800s, more than 1,000 ships and planes have disappeared within its borders, leaving no trace of their whereabouts. Theories abound as to what could be causing these disappearances, ranging from natural disasters to supernatural forces. Some believe the area is plagued by rogue waves, which can reach heights of up to 100 feet and easily capsize ships. Others point to the strong currents in the region, which can cause ships and planes to drift off course and become lost. Some conspiracy theorists claim the disappearances are the result of extraterrestrial activity, with aliens abducting ships and planes for their own mysterious purposes. Despite many theories, there's no clear explanation for the strange occurrences within the Bermuda Triangle. Some of the most famous disappearances include the USS Cyclops, a Navy ship that vanished without a trace in 1918, with 309 crew members on board. And Flight 19, a group of 5 Navy bombers that disappeared in 1945 during a training mission. In both cases, no wreckage or bodies were ever found, leaving their fates a mystery. Despite many theories and stories surrounding the Bermuda Triangle, the truth remains elusive. While some believe that the disappearances are the result of natural phenomenon or human error, others are convinced that there's something supernatural at work. Whatever the cause, the Bermuda Triangle remains one of the most mysterious and intriguing places on Earth, continuing to captivate the imaginations of the people around the world. Number 6. The Crooked Forest. Blending dark fantasy and ecological abnormality, a group of 400 trees in Poland's Koszyce Las, the Crooked Forest, are mysteriously and identically bent. Hovering just inches above the ground, the trees take a dramatic, sharp turn upwards toward the sky, rounding into little J-shapes as they make their ascent. There's no definitive answer for the trees' bizarre shape, and the stories about them run the gamut from the practical to the bizarre. The most grounded explanation among those seeking answers is that the trees may have simply been buried beneath a terrible snowstorm in their infancy, and nature just took its course from there. Others believe the gravitational pull in that area is so strong that it morphed the trunks. The most intriguing explanation suggests that local foresters manipulated the trees after planting them in 1925. Apparently, the foresters hoped to make furniture from the bent shapes and intervened when their trees were only 10 years old, refusing to let the trees grow upwards. These foresters severely stunted their growth. But when World War II reared its ugly head in 1939, the foresters abandoned those efforts, leaving behind an ominous ecological mark on the forest for 80 years. Every tree in the Crooked Forest has the same haunting bend, but despite bent beginnings, they've all grown to be tall and seemingly unhampered by their curves. Trees are resilient, and so they continue to thrive, relying on one branch they had left to take over complete function and grow upwards. Whatever damage occurred to one tree must have happened to them all, because they all remain uniform in deformity. But whatever the truth is, the Crooked Forest is the last place you'd want to find yourself alone in at night. Number 5.